Hello, welcome. Thanks for coming along. Right, let me just get this ready. So live for these Spielberg Showdown. Let's get the notifications out to group chats and NxtGen and all that sort of stuff. Should still be pre-approved for next time. I'm not posting on there in a while. Yeah, looks like I am. Good. Right. I think we are ready to rock. JPH, I'm alright, mate. I'm alright. I need to look at that spreadsheet. You know what? I've not actually looked at that spreadsheet you sent me. I'm just going to have a look at that now. PGib, how are you doing? Does it have... Is it just between Ruddo and... Here I come. I'll load it up in a second anyway. I'm going to introduce the race though. This is the final round of the NxtGen PowerMax Racing Megane Trophy. We've had a... I'm going to use the word banging because it's about the best word I can use. It's been a brilliant season. We've had some really good races throughout the season itself. We've had drama, we've had disconnects, we've had some absolutely stonking races with about 800 overtakes on each one. And we end up at the Red Bull Ring, which historically gives us a really good race as well. I think your eyes wrong. Yeah, I'm thinking that. Martin, how you doing? Yeah, I'm thinking that'll be the case, mate, to be really honest. I'm looking forward to watching Lobby 2 back later. So those that don't know, Lobby 2, this has 2 lobbies, and there's a second lobby that's been streamed live by Jack, 53TM Synopsis, I think he's called. So Lobby 2, we'll be doing that. Right, so race 1. Oh, do I put the points in here, JPH? Is that what I do? So say Hirocam gets first, do I put 21 in that little box? It's not let me click in it, to be fair. 1 minute. So if I put 21 in there, will it work? And then if Ruddo gets second, 18. Oh right, okay. Oh wow, that okay, right. I think that makes sense. If I'm wrong, JPH, just like let me know. I've got that open and ready to rock. Right, so we're into qualifying. Keyboard on. Guys, what's this? Why are the liveries like that? Does someone want to explain themselves? What? Right, JPH, I'm assuming this is your doing. All I can say, mate, is thank you. Wasn't expecting this. Unless you can't see that every single car, which is going to make it a pain in the arse, by the way, to figure out who's who. We're going to have to squint to see that. Yeah, there we go. Mate, honestly, thank you. That's a mega touch. Thank you, man. That's meant. I'm genuinely like lost for words. That is actually quality. I saw it here. I was like, why is JP's got a different livery? Why is he not running PowerMax tonight? And then I suddenly like started going through the pattern. I went, hang on, something's not quite right here. No, lads, honestly, it's that's huge. Thank you. I really massively appreciate it. For those that know, for those that don't know, and I think most people that are watching this are aware, I'm taking a bit of a break. I'm going to call it a break because I'll no doubt be back in some form at some point. I'm feeling at the minute like I just need to take a step back from all the stuff I've been doing. Just been very busy with commentary, so I'm taking a step away from it. I've commentated over this league in its various forms for quite a while now. It was one of my first leagues that I covered when it was Sirocco's, and I've kind of evolved with it as it's gone. Got to know some really good people through it. Obviously it's currently the only league that ties me to NxtGen as well, so that's why I've kind of wanted to keep it, because I quite like working with the NxtGen peeps. Yeah, I've really enjoyed it as well. Some of the best races I've commentated on have been this. In fact, one of my favourite ones was here at the Red Bull Ring in these cars, so I'm hoping for a repeat tonight. But yeah, no, thank you to everyone for doing that little gesture. I really do appreciate it. Not many things turned me speechless, but that one has. Anyway, I best get on with my actual job, haven't I, and actually commentate on things. So, right, we've got the first of our hot laps in, so it's a quick 10-minute qualifying session, then we'll have a 20-minute race. That's your race 1. Race 2 is going to be reverse grid order, so whatever the results of race 1 are, we turn them upside down and we set them on the way again in race number 2. Same track, same conditions, just 5 minutes shorter. And the qualifying order so far, we're not even halfway through yet, so I mean, they don't have fuel burn or anything else on, so they tend to be on pace right out of the box, these cars. But Ruddo, first blood to Ruddo then, he's put a 31.1 on the board. Jaino, who's been a consistent threat all season, one of his best seasons in my opinion. Jaino, he's always been there or thereabouts. But yeah, Jaino P2 at the minute, 31.2. Then we've got Rally Matt in P3 at the moment on the road, 31.6. Hill Climb Racer, someone who's been missing a lot of the season, and I do wonder as Hiracram goes to the top of the leaderboard. A Hill Climb Racer, I know he's had some exams and bits and bobs that he's had going on sort of outside of sim racing. Had he been able to sort of fully put all his eggs in one basket, so to speak, and commit to this, obviously with a few more races, he would really be up there as well, because he's got some serious pace. Hiracram though, 31.0 for him. Another point I was going to make for Hill Climb is he was involved. The top 4 at the minute were the top 4, I think, from the epic battle we had here last season. If you remember, when it all came down to the very last couple of laps, Jano posted it up earlier in the group chat, and yeah, it was. I rewatched a little bit earlier. It was an absolutely brilliant race. Rally Matt, P5 for him at the minute on a 31.6. Bruce Lee Harding P6 on a 31.9. Martin JL09 32.7. He's had a few technical issues this season as well. When he's had technical issue free races, he's typically been in the top sort of half. Matty Rudd, P8 for him, 33.3. Sibertus, the driving god that is Sibertus, on a 33.3 as well for him. So him and Matty Rudd very close on pace. And we've got Snav, missed quite a few rounds. I think he's just had other things on. 33.6 for Snav at the moment, with Adam ID P11, 33.8. JPH, who is making a break from cricketing to do some racing tonight. He's not set a time yet. P Gib, Gibbo for pole. Let's we've got one more race, Gibbo, to get a Gibbo for pole going. Is this the lap? Is this the one that seals it? Gibbo on his day, you know, again on his day he mixes it up there. He just has a tendency to chuck it off track more often than not, but he's bloody quick when he gets his head in it. He's fast. Puts it P8 then, so 1.7 seconds offload. I'm sure he can improve on that. Hiracram though further extends his advantage at the top of the leaderboard, and the first person to get us into the 30s, so a 30.995. Ruddo is a 10th behind him on a 31.1. And then 2 tenths behind him is Jano. And then half a tenth behind Jano is Hill Climb, so the top 4 separated by 3.5 tenths. It's very, very close at the top here at the Red Bull Ring. Margins are tight. The Red Bull Ring, as you know, famous track if you've watched any sort of motorsports. It's typically most coveted for hosting the Formula 1 Austrian Grand Prix are going to come here twice again, I think, this season as well. So we're going to have a Spielberg race and Austria race. So we're going to have two here again, and it's a really good track. It's very short, so it's a short lap, especially in F1. So we're doing 130s here in bloody French hot hatchbacks. So yeah, I'm sure they can go faster in Formula 1 cars. What was I going to say? We'll actually do a lap on board with a driver who's just about to start a lap. Who is just about to start one, not has just started one. Pete Gibb. Let's go for a lap on board with our Gibbo, shall we? And then we'll round up the results. So, the start-finish straight. Your first braking zone is uphill. So you can brake a little bit later than your eyes tell you actually can, as Gibbo puts it in P7. Look for the light board on the left-hand side. That's roughly your braking point. Carry the speed, kill the sausage on the way in. Gibbo's just about on the edge of what you can do there. That yellow sausage curve on the exit is your track limit, and as we thought, Gibbo actually cut the track there on the inside. Coming uphill then for what is technically turn 3, your braking point again is the light board, about 100 metres. You're going uphill again, so you can brake a little bit later. Be careful not to run too wide on the exit. There is very little grip on the outside of that corner. Then we start dropping downhill for most of the rest of the track now. So you've got to be very careful on this braking zone. You have to brake a little bit earlier than you think. Then again to 100 metres, but you're not going anywhere near as fast. You get down early apex, carry the speed through, and again be careful on the apex there. That's where Lewis Hamilton smashed off Alex Albon. Looking for the 50 metre sign, you dab the brakes and steer the car in, carry the apex all the way round. You can run a lot of the curb on the exit here, and then as soon as the curb ends you start pointing your car into the left. Carry the speed through once more, run all the curb on the right on the exit, and then it's the final penultimate set of corners. Very, very easy to make a mistake here, so look for the marshal's post, sorry, on the left hand side. P. Gibb gets on the brakes just a little bit earlier there as he gets past the number 9 car. And then again, run all the curb on the inside, don't go too wide, you'll pick up a penalty. And that is a lap of Spielberg Red Bull Ring, as P. Gibb doesn't improve that time round. So let's have a quick look at the top. Ruddo has put a better lap in. It's still Hirakram leading the way, but and it's not going to matter when they come to the grid, because it doesn't matter how close you are. If you're P2, you're P2. But a 31.022 for Ruddo is just it's about 300ths of a second off Hirakram's time. Hill Climb Racer improved as well. He did a 31.257, and Jaino has also improved. So that so those top four, the first two rows of the grid, now separated by just 0.3 of a second. Rally Matt holding P5, Bruce Lee Hard in P6 at the moment. He did improve last time out, 31.7 for him at the moment. Matty Rudd, 32.0 for Matty Rudd. I think this will be his qualifying as well. P. Gibb has done, he's probably going to do a few practice starts there on the start line. 32.4 for P. Gibb. Subertus, 32.7 for Subertus, with Martin 32.7 in P10 as well. Adam ID 33.2 for P11, JPH 33.3 for P12, and Snav 33.6. So have we got any of the top lads ready to put another lap in? Jano doesn't improve that time round. No one else I think is on a lap. Let's have a quick look. Adam ID is on a lap. Adam ID is the only one on a lap. He's going to be the last one to set a time. If he can take half a second off this, he gets himself into the top 10, and he's backing out of that one. So nothing doing for Adam ID. I do want to thank you all for these liveries again. That's I'm going to have to actually go and download that. That's mega. No worries, Martin. No worries, mate. Not a problem at all. Thank you for tuning in week on week, keeping me company while I shout at my TV. Must look like a right nutter. So right, we're ready to get underway then for race number 1. We have got 2 races for you tonight. JPH has very kindly made me a little tool that I can put the points in. I'm assuming JPH, I'll just add a point to like Hirakram's total, because he got pole, and whoever gets fastest lap gets another point as well. I'll just do that. I'll just add it on. It's not a problem. I can do that math. Weak circuit of yours. Another 9 corners. What are you playing at? Better safe than sorry at Red Bull Ring, mate. Brake like a few metres earlier than you think you need to. So, this is it. Underway we go, and it looks like Rudder got a slightly better start than Himmelcom now. Is he going to be able to get up the inside? And look at that. I can't tell who's who. I've no idea. We'll make it up as we go along. Everyone's still in the same position. I think Martin has made a position up onto the start. But as we head up the hill for the first time of asking tonight, I'm leading away from Rudder. Hill climb racer P3, Jano P4, Bruce Lee Hard in 5th with Rally Matt in 6th. He's got a little bit of a track cut penalty. Rudder and Hirokram already going to war. Hirokram though defending away on the inside. Rudder gets a lovely cutback move to get that third P1 straight off the bat, and your championship leader leaps into the lead of the race. Hill climb's coming under pressure. Sorry, Hirokram's dropped another position to Hill climb as well. It's all kicking off at the top then as Hirokram. I think he has said before that this isn't his strongest track, as Jano absolutely tried. Well, I think Jano tried to yeet it down the inside there. It looks like he backed out of it in the end. Don't Jano is up, but he's got the outside. I just can't tell who's who, but Jano's got the inside outside. He gets it, does he? I don't know. I can't know because I don't know which car's which. Do I put that? I'm just going to put the names on, you know. It's just got. How do I put the names back on? I can't remember. Oh well, sod it. It'll do as it is. Anyway, Rudder leads away. Hull climb racer P2. Heraclan back up to P3 then. He's got back past Jano, but Jano is all on him like a tramp on chips. Bruce Lee Harding also in that fight as well. You can never count Bruce Lee Harding out. On his day, he's one of the top dogs. Rally Matt involved in that fight. Matty Wood lurking away as well. Then you got Adam ID in 8th, Snab in 9th. Martin's dropped a couple of positions. Something's happened in Martin's world. Something hasn't gone quite right for him tonight. Then it's Sabertus in 11th, P Gibb in 12th, and JPH is in P13. Admittedly not one of his stronger tracks. I want to just jump on board Rudder's car and have a look at that move. So yeah, Hirokram goes for the defensive. Rudder did have a better pace. So Rudder just squeezes him a little bit. That forces Hirokram to brake just a little bit later, and Rudder just gets a lovely little cutback. That was a well-engineered move. That move was set up right from the get-go. That Hirokram then 1.5 seconds off the lead of the race. Trying to get this spreadsheet to work. Can't. So if it was to finish like this, and factoring in for drop scores, Rudder would still have that championship lead, obviously. Because we have to factor in drop scores, so it's like magic how it all works. I'm not quite sure. One second, my daughter's here. Hirokram just put his intentions out there and grabs the fastest lap of the race so far. We have got another 15 minutes for that to be beaten. He's also carrying a penalty. Remember, that was his undoing last season. Short little track cut penalties. Rudder's also got one. You can burn them quite easily up here into turn 3. See, Rudder immediately gets rid of 3 tenths worth of that penalty without really even losing speed. Martin's left the room, not really sure what's happened there. We've got it all kicking off at the back then. Jano's lost out to Bruce Lee Harding. My apologies, I missed that along the way somewhere. Bruce Lee Harding's dropped a position. I was probably too busy telling my daughter she can go in the kitchen and have a look for something. What's happened to Martin? Oh, he span out. He span out, did Martin? I'm not sure if something, because I think he was saying that something had happened with his wheel. I don't know if that's crept up again. Not really too sure. Anyway, so as we go 4th, Rudder then leads away 1.1 seconds. Hill climb racer and Hirokram though having an almighty battle. Hirokram might well look to get that position back off Hill climb racer. They're side by side going into the final corner, and Jano and Bruce Lee Harding are side by side as well. Hirokram does get up to P2. Bruce Lee Harding and Jano also having a nice little battle for P4. That is keeping Rally Matt and Matty Wood in the fight as well. So all sorts is going off here. Sorry, I nearly did a F1 TV and cut away from the action then, didn't I? Very, very nearly. So live points then. As it stands, if this race was to finish like this, going into the very last race of the season, Hirakram would take the lead of the championship by a single point going into the final race of the season. Bearing in mind he would take P2, fastest lap and pole position points. In fact, no, he'd have 2 points ahead, wouldn't he? Of course he would, yeah, it'd be 2 points ahead if it finished like this. My apologies, I wasn't factoring in the pole. Well, let's go and see what that looked like from Hirakram Cam. So again, was this just an opportunistic move? Did Hill Climb Racer? I think Hill Climb Racer just didn't defend that in time, you know. Or whether he didn't feel it necessary to defend that. But going side by side into the final corner was a bit of a thing of beauty. Maximum respect shown between both of them. Clean move as well, and it takes 2 good racers to pull off a move like that. And that's what we were treated to there. So that's put Hirakram up into P2. And with that, takes the championship lead going into the final race and improves on his fastest lap time as well. The problem is though, he's got to try and catch Ruddo. Ruddo ain't going any slower than he is, so getting Ruddo's going to be a challenge, especially with that 1.8 second deficit that he's got. Hill Climb Racer occupying third. There is now a bit of a gap to Bruce Lee Harding, 3 seconds, so something's happened to these guys. 32's than the last lap. But it's Bruce Lee Harding and Jano battling away. Jano's going to try and pull out for a move up into turn 3. They're both burning penalties away, so neither of them are going for the move. Jano is actually now getting attacked by Matty Woods, just on the dirty outside part of the track there. So Jano just initially struggled to get the power down. The number 13 car's got some defending to the 28. If he can cut over to the right and defend this, he probably will do, but I think he might just try and get it on the racing line. Yeah, Jano just about tidies that up then. Keeps his current position of P5 and will be looking to go on the attack rather than the defensive in the closing stages of the race. Matty Rudd though has got Rally Matt for company as well. Matty Rudd gives Jano just a little bit of a tap there. Does that put him level? I think it might do. They're going to go side by side. It's literally all to play for. It's Jano then. Don't go 3 wide. Please don't. Please don't go 3 wide into that corner. I'm trying to keep an eye on the track map to see if we've got any other fights going on, specifically to look at the front lot. I think mostly Ruddo's last lap wasn't great. It was a 31.4, which, yeah, well, ever so slow, but compared to Hirakram's really putting his boot down now. It's a 30.8 for Hirakram, fastest lap of the race so far, by quite a while as well. I think that's even faster than qualifying pace was. So he's really winding that Megane engine up now. Pulled away a little bit of a gap from Hill Climb Racing now, 31.0 for him last lap as well, so he's not hanging about. Bruce Lee Harding, P4, leading away from Jano. All these guys doing really good times. Rally Matt lost a ton of time then so far this lap. He's coming under pressure from Adam ID. Adam looking for that P7 position, pulls out the slipstream, goes for the move, backs out of it last minute, doesn't go for it. Snav running ahead of this little train then, which is Subertus and JPH. Snav currently leading the way on that. Snav, I believe, does play on pad as well, so he's not on a wheel. P-Gib is not having his day so far. He's down in last position, but that will put him pole for race 2, so this could be strategic. Meanwhile, at the front of the field, if this was F1, we'd be saying they are in DRS range of each other. We don't have any of that nonsense in the Meganes, but they are just about within a second of each other. And 31.2, 30. Yeah, so another lap within the 30s for Hirakram. He's really putting the pressure on Simon Rudd now. The top 3 absolutely screaming away from the rest of the field. They've now got a 5-second gap to Bruce Lee Harding and Jano. These guys now effectively fighting for best of the rest. Podium positions probably now all but decided. to that. There we go. As Brucey Harding got a bit of a penalty. Jano dives back up the inside. Oh, there's contact at the apex. What? As Brucey Harding's going to lose another position, so let's actually just jump on board with Jano for this. So Jano knows his defending, goes for the wide line, cuts back. Brucey Harding was yeah, that's a ghosting issue. That there's no. If the game ghosts you to that degree and then unghosts you when another car is physically touching you, that's the game's fault. I don't think you can really blame Jano for that, because any one of us would have done the exact same thing. Unfortunately for Brucey Harding, he's lost out there, but I think it's important for him to note that it's no one's fault other than the game's. It's just done a silly job of ghosting when you're burning penalties. Snav is still winning this little battle, though JPH has managed to squeeze himself past Suburtus, so JPH now within the top 10. And Ruddo still holds that just about a second advantage over Hirocom. This isn't like Formula 1 in the sense that when you rock up to the back of a car it's impossible to get past. This is not like that. The aero wash from these cars isn't to that degree, so when you get close to a car you can follow, you can race, you can overtake. Red Bull Ring provides plenty of opportunities for that. Jano's run very wide out of turn 1. I'd be very surprised if he doesn't pick up a penalty for that. Yeah, he gets a little half-second penalty. That's, I'll be honest, that's justified by. You can't argue with that. You're in a different part of Austria, mate. You're coming out the exit of that one. Right then. See, I like the track map that I've managed to get up now. Doesn't recognise turn 2 the same way that most other people recognise turn 2. It doesn't even recognise it. So we're going to revert to the 8 turns Red Bull Ring, which is the correct one in my opinion. And we'll go back to that. Any battles brewing on track? We have Suburtus, Snav and P Gib. Is P Gib going to try and get 2 in 1? No, he's not. It's going to be Snav down the inside of Suburtus. Suburtus having to run on the outside. I'm having to second guess where all the cars are, because I'll be honest, like I love the fact that they've all got these like lovely CJW racing liveries on, but I've kind of got used to like what cars everyone's in. Kind of used to see. I'm not knocking it, but I'm just saying, like, if I get it wrong, I'm gonna blame the liveries. Suburtus down at the back though. P Gib with 1 position gain so far this race. Hirocom has dipped back into the 31s, albeit temporarily, although consistency shown by both the top 2, as Ruddo's got a 1.5 second penalty for 7 minutes remaining. Now in theory he should be able to burn that away on the entry to turn 2 day in day out. He should be able to get rid of 2 or 3 tenths a lap, providing he doesn't pick up any more. That should go by the end of the race without him even trying to get rid of it. The problem is now though, Hirocom's as close as he's pretty much been since lap 1. Hirocom now within half a second of the race lead. Oh, sorry, I've been ignoring Twitch chat. I'm going to put Twitch chat on my phone because I've got other things on my laptop at the minute. So let me just load that. There we go. Twitch chat. There we go. Perfect. Right, so Hill Climb Racer is dropping away a little bit from this battle at the moment, but if these two do fight, which they're going to, because we're now within the last 6 minutes of the race, we're not in a portion of the race where you'd expect drivers or think drivers might work together. I would expect those two will start fighting pretty soon. We've got a nice little battle as well between Brucey Harding, Matty Rudd and Rally Matt. Brucey Harding was trying to work his way back up the grid after that contact at turn 2 with Jano, which I will reinforce was nobody's fault. Those sort of things do just happen on GT Sport for some reason. Rally Matt's got a really good run here on Matty Rudd. Is he going to go for the move up the inside of turn 1? Let's have a look. Rally Matt is close enough, but he's backed out of that move eventually. He's not going for it. The Snav, P-Gib and JPH battle is taking another turn. P-Gib's picked up another position. We now have a 4-car battle right at the back of the grid, and Suburtus has got a front row seat for all this. Let's have a look from Suburtus' point of view. We see Snav go really wide there out of turn 1. That will give P-Gib and JPH a bit of an incentive to try and get past him. They will be closing in. You can see P-Gib's going left, JPH is trying to decide if he can go right. If he can, he will. Snav defending that for all his might. Suburtus late on the brakes then, has to take avoiding action. I'll give Suburtus a lot of credit for that. he nerfed himself to stop himself from taking another driver out. So Subertus, you've earned my Sportsman of the Day award for that one. Very easy not to do that if you don't want to. He's trying all his might then, Subertus, to be late on the brakes as he possibly can, but he's just coming up short on every corner. But this, I mean, there's battles all over the place in this one. We've got the battle to be not last, and the battle for the championship, and in the middle of all that, we've got the Bruce Lee Harding Matty Rudd fight. That's kicking off as well. We've got Bruce Lee Harding going back up the inside of Matty Rudd. Then we've got Valley Matt who's going on the attack as well. Bruce Lee Harding runs a little bit wide there at the final turn 8. He's got a little bit of a penalty to worry about as well, but he's got enough of a gap now over Matty Rudd to not worry about him coming into turn 1, take his normal line and get himself all set up for the big braking zone up into turn 3. And that's the bit that you need to worry about. Meanwhile, Ruddo and Hirokram, as Ruddo burns away even more of that penalty, he's down to 4 attempts now. Hirokram is within 2 attempts. He's literally up his gearbox right now. Ruddo's having to go defensive into what is now turn 3. Hirokram goes for the cutback move though. That's a beautifully executed move. He did a Ruddo on him. That's been Ruddo's move all season long, and he served him back in great style. Ruddo immediately goes for that move back. Can't make it happen. Hirokram's defending this. Let's actually just jump on board with Hirokram and see how that lines you up. So just wow. That was nice. That was a nice overtake, but it's not over yet. We've got another 3 minutes left. If the Red Bull ring has shown us one thing, you don't sit on your laurels here. Live championship standings then, if it was to finish the way it does, the way it's sitting now, bearing in mind Hirokram got the pole, he's got the fastest lap so far as well. Hirokram's points would be 339, Ruddo's 331. We carry an 8-point gap into the final race. It means Ruddo would have a little bit of a hill to climb, but it's not an insurmountable one. We would still be looking at taking it right to the wire. What's going on with Matty Rudd, Bruce Lee Harding? Valley Matt's dropped back massively from that fight. He's actually involved in a fight with Adam ID now. Yeah, there we go. Valley Matt defending that one. Adam might go for the cutback. Gets a great exit out of that final corner, does Adam? Can't make anything happen though. These 4 as well, still battling away, although 2 little fights travelling. We've got the Hardings now, the dad and the son going at it then. Oh no, it's not. The sun's a little bit further back. My apologies. See again, this is just cocking it all up. It's Snav and P. Gibb that are fighting away. Then it's JPH and Subertus that are fighting a little bit further back. P. Gibb though, if you want to be adopted by the Hardings, and I'm sure they'd take you in. Hirokram still leading the way, but Ruddo is Ruddo's on him like a fat kid on a cupcake. Let's be honest. Like we've got another 2 laps to go. Most drivers will get 2 laps out of it, another 2 laps out of this. Some will come on to their final lap now, so I think P5 and below, this is now going to be their final lap. We'll carry on exactly the same as we did last season, where the top 4 are going to go into a final lap shootout all by themselves. It's Hirokram and it's Ruddo side by side. I've pressed the replay button because Ruddo's going for the move around the outside just in case it happens. It doesn't happen from this time round. I want to have another quick look at that because this is them fighting away. So Hirokram was defending Ruddo with the balls. He dived to the inside. Hirokram wise to it though. Ruddo then adapts to go around the outside instead, but there's just no traction on the outside there, so he has to settle. Hirokram now leads the way by nearly a second. There's a little bit of flashing lights going on, so Ruddo's not happy about something. What happened? Let's have a look. So this is going down to turn 3. Was there contact? Was there contact? There might have been a little bit of contact at the apex, you know, there might have been, but from that angle I really can't tell. Hillclimb then leading the way by 1.2 seconds. It's Ruddo in P2. He's coming under pressure now from Hillclimb Racer. Then it's Jaino in P4, Brucey Hard in P5, Matty Rudd P6, Rally Matt in P7, Adam ID P8, Snav in 9th. Oh, we've got a car spinning around in the background. That looked like a P-Gib special all day long. It was a P-Gib special. What did he do? He thought his Megane was an off-roader, that's what he thought, and that's put P-Gib right down to the bottom of the order. It's the Harding fight once more. We'll cap the finishing order in a little bit. It's just worth keeping an eye on this. Is JPH, is the sun going to get him on the very last lap? He might do, he has. JPH has got the P9 spot from his dad. That's P9 for JPH, 10 for Snav, Bert's in 11, P-Gib in 12. Let's keep an eye on the top boys though. Looks like it's pretty much as it stands, so let's just review the rest. We've got Brucey Harding finished P5, Matty Wood P6, Valley Matt 7th, Adam ID 8th, JPH 9th as we covered. Coming back up to Hillclimb, Ruddo, Hillclimb and Jaino. The only, well, unless a mistake is made really, it's going to be Hillclimb taking the win. Thought there'd be a gap ran out of it. Yeah, you went alongside, mate. So he were gonna shut that door all day long, weren't he? Can Ruddo defend Hillclimb? He can, I think. He's just got one more corner to do it. So Hillclimb takes the win then in race 1. He takes the pole to win the fastest lap, the full house. It's Ruddo in P2, Hillclimb P3 and Jaino. Great performance from Jaino. He's got about 8 years worth of penalties, so while he burns those away, we'll get a confirmation of the finishing order on screen now. I can tell you though, with the drop scores taken into account, the most up-to-date championship standings, going into the final round, it's going to be Hillclimb 339 points, Ruddo 331. So it means Ruddo's got it all to do really. So where does that mean he has to finish? So an 8-point disadvantage. So if Ruddo wins, 21 points. So if Ruddo wins, Hillclimb would have to finish like P6, wouldn't he? And it kind of depends who gets fastest lap. So yeah, P6 is where we'd need to finish. 18:05, yeah, mate. It came as a bit of a surprise, mate. I won't lie. I wasn't expecting that little gesture, but it's hugely appreciated. Got a bit of a lump in my throat when I realised what was actually going on. So thank you to JPH for that. Cracking races all around there. Absolutely banging races all around. So we had the battle for the lead, which was as usual a battle. And then we had a really good midfield battle. Then you had the one at the back looked an absolute banger. I wish I could have focused on that a little bit more. I mean, I gave it, to be fair, it got quite a lot of coverage, but yeah, you had JPH, you had Snav, you had Subertus, you had P-Gib, all battling away. It was great. Been planning it for 2 weeks. Yeah, well, mate, yeah, cheers. Appreciate it, dude. I was a bit shocked. I didn't know you. I had no idea. So like, I don't know how you planned it or what secrecy you've embroiled. I'm assuming you've been PMing people. But yeah, it's no, appreciate it, man. I know you put a ton of effort into this anyway. And I will probably be back at, so you know what I mean. I'm not going to guarantee anything. I've promised myself I won't guarantee anything, but I do see myself sort of making a return at some point. And if I do, the good news is my PC should be here in less than a week. So if I do return to commentary, I'm using the word if, the production value is going to be like full scale. Like you'll have overlays, I'll be able to put like results tables on screen for you, I'll be able to do it all. So yeah, if I do come back, the production value is going to be like and I'll get a proper 4K capture card as well, so you'll be able to see it in like 4K or whatever resolution it outputs in. Yeah, mate. No, I appreciate it, JPH. I'm always conscious that I come across as being not underwhelmed by gestures. I just never know how to react. But I hope you mean I really appreciate it. Like, it's huge. Absolutely huge, mate. I will be sharing some snaps on me Instas tonight, and yeah, it's huge, mate. Thank you. DS4 Bob, how you doing? How you doing, with 18 No, not quite, mate. But better, you know what I mean. Like, I stream through the PS4 at the minute. Hopefully, like, the quality is good enough and you can see it and all that sort of stuff. It's just I know it can be better. So if I can like get overlays done and all that sort of stuff for like when I get the PC, then it'll just make it look a little bit crisper. Because like this, I'm looking at, like, right now I've got a laptop next to me with this thing that JPH knocked up. I could have that on a graphic on screen or something. I'm sure I could make something. You know what I mean? So I could do that live as we're going. Whereas on the PlayStation, you ain't got no chance. So we're 1 minute away from race 2 start. I'm going to keep the name tags on the cars this time, because then I can tell who's who. Martin's returned. Martin, he'll default to pole, won't he? Because he'll. Cheers, 1805. Cheers, man. Appreciate it. Like, I'm not the best out there. I'm some random bloke from the Midlands talking nonsense over other people's racing, but I'm glad people enjoy it. That's the only reason I do it. I don't ask for any money for doing it or anything. So I ask for nothing, and that way, then if it's crap, they can't complain. So you know, it's a winner, really. But just looking at Hill Climb's car, look at that. That's a beauty, that is. Oh, I'm super happy with that. Cheers, dude. Yeah, it's I don't know. I've never done it like commentary before. I just picked it up. Started doing it as like a social experiment, I think. Right then, the last race of the Renault Megane Trophy of this season, and what a season it's been. We've got one more 15-minute reverse grid race to cap it all off, and if you want to watch 15 minutes of racing, this is probably the one you want to watch. 2 championship contenders right at the back of the grid, and away we go. Don't forget, for Ruddo to take the championship, he needs to win, and Hirokram needs to finish in P6 or lower. But leading the way is Martin, then it's P. Gibbs, Bertus. Let's just make sure everyone gets through turn 1 okay. They do, they all survive. Hirokram is at the back of the grid at the minute. Ruddo is like, get out of my way, I am coming through. He could get a few more cars here, Ruddo. He's right in the middle of a sandwich, though. He's got to be careful. He's right in the middle. That's a troublesome place for Ruddo to be. He could get done here as well. He gets a great exit. That's a beautiful exit by Ruddo. Gets himself up to P9. Where is Hirokram? Hirokram's just got himself up into P12. Now, there is a long way to go in this race. 15 minutes doesn't sound like a lot of time, but it's about 10-11 laps here at the Red Bull Ring, so it's got to be enough time for overtakes to happen and positions to be made up. I will be firmly keeping an eye on Ruddo and Hillclimb's progress through the grid. Don't you worry about that. But I won't bother doing any live championship points until they've settled into some sort of rhythm, because right now for the first few laps it's just chaos as things start to evolve. But Martin JL09 is your race leader for the time being, pulling out a 1 second gap over P. Gibb. P. Gibb's pulling a little bit of a gap out over Suburtus, who holds down P3 at the minute. Snav, we've got the Snav train going then in P4 as Rally Matt's going to try and get up the inside. Adam ID is going to try and follow him as well. And then Woodhoe, who's already up to P7, he'll be looking to pick up some positions pretty quickly. JPH in P8 then at the moment, with Jaino in P9. Hirokram is up to P10, so he's made a couple of positions up on the first lap. Matty Wood P11, Hill Climb Racer down in 12. He's struggling in the opening lap. Then Bruce Lee Harding in P13. But it is all go here in the Meganes as Snav defends away to Woodhoe. Snav is just burning away a penalty there. He's trying to keep the position. Actually, Woodhoe's having to go round the outside. He's up to P5. Now the chase begins for Woodhoe. He's got another 4 cars to try and work his way past. He's done a good job so far of getting past, in theory, faster traffic than he should be about to face. Hirokram up to P8 then, so your championship leader at the moment, sitting in 8th. There's no point looking at what happens if it finishes now, because it will not finish like this. I guarantee you it will not finish like this. Oh, meanwhile, what's happened to Martin? Martin's had a... Where is he? He's down in 13th place. What's happened to Martin? He's had some sort of catastrophe. So he's leading. Does he end up in the kitty later on the outside? Yeah, oh, he just forgets to brake. Oh, that's disaster for Martin. Forgets to brake down to P13, but that allows me to say a sentence I've not been able to say for quite a while, and that is that P-Gib is leading the race here in the Powermax Racing Megane Trophy. Suburtus P2 with Ronnie Matt 3rd, Woodhoe 4th at the moment. He's got some more work to do to get... Sorry, this is another reason why I'm excited about going to PC, because my gamepad just disconnects randomly. What I was trying to say is what's happened to Hirokram. Hirokram was in... Oh, he's out on the grass. He was out on the grass, that's what happened to Hirokram. Sorry we missed that. Right then, so that is potentially setting us up then for a bit of a grandstand finish. Hirokram now down in 9th. As it stands, I would imagine he is still winning the championship, and with another 10 minutes of racing to go, it's not going to finish like that. But I don't want to know how many people Woodhoe is sort of saying, I will give you £5 of English money just to be a rolling roadblock right now. Woodhoe's got Suburtus and P-Gib lying ahead of him. They're not going to make life easy for him, I can't imagine. It's not the way they do it. I can't imagine they're just going to roll over for Woodhoe. This is an almighty fight in the middle of the field now. We've got Smart, Bruce Lee Harding, we've got Hirokram. Can Hirokram take massive advantage of this? He can. That was a great move by Hirokram. We've got 6 cars, I think, battling away for this. Look at this. There's just Meganes everywhere, and they all look the same, so it's impossible to tell the difference. But Hirokram firstly gets up the inside of Snav and Bruce Lee Harding. That in itself was just good racecraft. And then just does them both on the exit of the final corner as well. That was nice work by Hirokram, just sort of anticipating what everyone else would do, I guess. Woodhoe's having serious difficulty getting past Suburtus, actually. He's been behind him for a lap. Actually, Woodhoe's going to try it again this time. This is letting P-Gib run away with it so far, and P-Gib actually holds the fastest lap of the race so far. He's really started to screw this one together so far, P-Gib. Woodhoe gets past Suburtus eventually, so yeah, again, I'm not going to look at what this does for the championship so far. In fact, you know what, for bants I'm going to do just that. So race 2, Woodhoe would be 18 points, whereas Hirokram is P7, so that would be 10 points. So as it stands, if it was to finish exactly like this, Hirokram takes the lead, takes the championship by a single point. But if Woodhoe catches P-Gib and Hirokram doesn't overtake any other cars, then championship goes to Woodhoe. With 9 minutes remaining, we're talking about theoreticals, ladies and gents. I mean, we may end up at the end of it with a couple of points in it or whatever, but this championship has really gone down to the wire. In terms of, Hill Climb Racer's off. What happened to Hill Climb Racer? was the contact between him and Hirokram. The hill climb racer was behind Hirokram, so I can't imagine Hirokram did anything wrong here. Hill climb just went to just brake too late, sent himself to the shadow belt. Rudder then on the catch-up job now against P. Gibb. He is taking time out of him. Now he's free of traffic. That'll be a bit of an easier job for him to accomplish. Suburtus and Rally Matt. Suburtus is having the drive of his life so far. He's driving brilliantly in this second race. Matty Rudd and Adam ID battling away for that P5 position. Hirokram then now he's just in the he's still in the middle of this massive pack of cars. The problem is the racer, if he can't get past Adam ID and Matty Rudd, then the guys behind, Rally Matt and Matty Rudd, the problem he's going to have is the guys behind are just going to catch up and start attacking. Like you can see now, Adam ID and Hillclimb Racer are on the attack now. So Hillclimb is up to P6 now after getting... Oh wait, no, he's back down to P7. What's happening? No, he's P6. He's P6. He's P6. So as it stands... that puts Hirokram 2 points clear at the top of the championship, and he's looking for that P5 on Matty Rudd to get that done. If you're watching this now, stay tuned after. We're gonna get Ruddo in the chat. We're gonna get Hirokram in the chat, and we're gonna get JPH in the chat as well. As Hirokram, does he get the move made? Yeah, that's P5 for Hirokram then. Basically that's just another point for Hirokram at the minute. If Ruddo takes the lead of the race, and he's got the fastest lap at the minute, if Ruddo overtakes P. Gibb, and with the fastest lap he's got at the moment, he wins the championship if Hirokram doesn't get past anyone else. It then puts the ball back in Hirokram's court for him to do all the work. This little battle that he was involved in is starting to slip away from it a little bit more. Now, there's little packs forming now, so we've got all sorts kicking off, and so I'm really sorry to the guys down at the back of the grid. You're sort of separated out and there's battles all over the place. We've got just 5 minutes remaining then to decide the championship. There is 7-8 tenths in it between P. Gibb and Ruddo. If Hirokram can grab a fastest lap, that's going to help his cause as well, but Ruddo's got it at the minute with a 31.0. Hirokram's going to struggle while he's in this traffic to get a sort of fastest lap nailed down. He's in the middle of this pack of cars at the moment. Then Suburtus, next car for Hirokram to try and overtake. Hirokram now takes P3. That is going to put the ball well and truly back in Hirokram's court, I think. It is. It is, even if Ruddo overtakes P. Gibb. It's just not going to be enough. It's going to be by a single point. If it was to finish, Ruddo leading and Hirokram in P3, which don't forget we've got another 5 minutes. This may all just blow wide open and change as Ruddo goes for the lead. He's going for this on P. Gibb at the minute. Is he going to go down the insides? He is. I don't think P. Gibb's putting up too much of a fight. He goes out wide into the marbles. That's Ruddo into the lead of the race. And right, so as far as Ruddo's concerned, this is all he can do. He cannot control anything beyond this. If he's leading the race, if he's got the fastest lap, Simon Ruddo has done everything within his power to bring the championship back to his house. But unfortunately, he's got Hirokram pushing like a nutter behind him. He's now in clean air. He's got 6 seconds to P. Gibb. As it stands, ladies and gentlemen, as it stands, the championship goes to Hirokram by a single point. 1 point is in it, and unfortunately for Ruddo, the big pack behind him that could have upset Hirokram's day, they're just too busy fighting with each other. Hillclimb Racer, the one driver that I think Ruddo was probably thinking could help upset him, down in P7 at the moment, and in the middle of just a huge battle. There's 6 cars involved in this massive fight for P4. It's absolutely phenomenal to watch, but it's all within Hirokram's hands now. He's got full control of the outcome of this. He's got 3 minutes to spanner it off the road somewhere and make it interesting, but I'll tell you what, this has been the closest Ford Championship I've seen. This is 5 fights everywhere. Look, everywhere you look, there's overtakes happening. You can't take your eyes. You've got Jano and Bruce Lee Harding now going at it. Suburtis is trying to get involved in some of that jelly as well, and he's had to back out. I think there was a little bit of contact actually, and Suburtis has just backed out of that now, just letting people retake the lead. We've got Snav in P10 with about 7 years worth of penalties, with Adam ID in 11, JPH 12, Martin back of the field at the moment. He has begun to catch up. You'll remember he had that off earlier on in the race. So Hirocom, has he got enough time to catch the guys ahead? I don't think so. I'll be brutally honest. I don't think Hirocom's going to catch them. At deepest state, yeah, I bet Hirocom is just dripping in sweat at the moment. Ruddo's done everything he can. Like, every single metric that he can control in the second race, he's done it. He's taken the lead of the race. He's done all the overtakes. He's overtaken pretty much every single car on the track, and got himself in P1, and he's building a gap now. He's done it all, and he's got the fastest lap at the minute as well. The risk for him is, well, I mean, Hirocom doesn't need the fastest lap as it stands, because there's a point in it right now. I can see Jackson put in the Lobby 2 results as well, so I'm not going to spoil that. I'm going to encourage you to go and see the Lobby 2 stream, which is over on Jack's YouTube. When I put this on YouTube, I'll stick a link to Jack's YouTube channel in the description so you can watch it. I'm just going to keep an eye on these other battles. We've got 1.5 minutes remaining. Then Matty Wood holding that P4 fight out wide open at the minute, but Hillclimb Race has made a couple of positions up. He's in P5. We've got Valley Matt in P6, Jano P7 at the moment. Him and Bruce Lee Harding have been battling away the entire race, and Bruce Lee Harding gets a switchback done on him and gets that P7 back. Then you've got Adam ID, Snav, JPH, Suburtus, Martin. There's a 5-car battle to be not last at the moment as well, so there's fights everywhere. Snav has got that lunar year's worth of penalties to go for him. So unfortunately for Snav, he's either got to burn that or worry about it at the end of the race. Hirocom is reeling in P-gear, but not at a fantastic rate of knots. It's at about half a second a lap there or thereabouts at the moment. We are now on to the final lap of the race, ladies and gentlemen. This is it. And as it stands, Hirocom takes the championship by a single point. Lobby 2's tight. I can tell you Lobby 2's tight. You need to go and watch that. At the end of this, watch Lobby 2. Yeah, that's close. That I can tell you. Right, so this is it. Final few corners of the Next Gen Racing Power Maxed Megane Trophy. What a brilliant season it's been. The closest fought season I have ever commentated on when it comes down to it, and we've had more races this season with the 2 race a week format as well. We've had more races. This could have in theory been wide as anything, but it's come down to the very last race of the season. Ruddo 24 takes the win, but unfortunately for him it's gonna be a Hirocom win for the championship. P3 in the race, P1 in the championship for him. Matty Wood grabs 4th in the race, Hillclimb Racer 5th, Bruce Lee Harding 6th, yeah, for him. Rally Matt 7th, Jano 8th, Suburtus 9th. What a great race for Suburtus. Actually 11th after he burnt all his penalties away, and Snav, after burning his year's worth of penalties away, comes home in 13th. But my God, what a race! I don't even know where to start with that. I don't even know where to start. I really don't. Oh my days. Right, I'm gonna straight away just open a party. 1 minute. I'm giving you a blue screen. Sorry about this. Start a party. How can I do this faster? Sorry, I know full well you're looking at just a blue screen. I'm sorry about that, but Because of the weird way PlayStation works, you have to do it this way now. JPH is in the room. I'm just adding in everyone else. 1 minute. I'm making a horrible mess of this. Alright, Ruddo there. There's Ruddo. 1 minute. Add Ruddo. I'm so technologically weird. NxtGen. And that should give me a Hirocram. There he is. Right, so we've added in. Right, you should now see the screen again. Sorry about that. Hello, we've got... Who have we got? It hasn't told me on the screen.
Everyone's in.
We've got everybody. The whole gang's here. That's the point. Let me just go on to my stream, and I'll watch my own stream. I'm one of them guys, and then it'll tell me. Right. So JPH, can we just get you saying hello?
Hello.
Yeah, can hear JPH. Mark, can you say hello?
Hello.
Yeah, we can hear Mark. And then Simon, when he's done with his technology.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, we can. Right. Awesome. Right, so just for those watching the stream and everything else, who we've got in the room with us, we have JPH, who is the avid cricketer and guy who occasionally races and organises this entire thing. I'll come on to this probably in a bit more detail at the end, but for those that don't know, the sheer amount of work that needs to go in to make just a basic league run, not only to mention the fact that JPH has made custom liveries for all the cars, and he's had 2 lobbies to run as well, so just to give you an idea of the amount of work that lad's had on his shoulders. And then we have our 2 championship protagonists. We've got Mr. Hirocram in the room, and we've got Ruddo in the room as well. So I don't prep any questions for this. I did warn the guys in the chat. I'm renowned for just being a warbler and a rambler, but I'm going to give you the bog standard Sky Sports question of, guys, what did you think of that race? Like, just give me your initial reaction. The races, sorry, both races tonight, and we'll start with. We'll actually go to Ruddo actually first. Ruddo, what's your initial feelings climbing out of the cockpit?
Like the last race, the second race was interesting because I see that Gibbo was getting away, and Sabertus, as I think he's called, gave me a real hard time. Like, I thought he's not going to defend too much, I'll be able to get past and chase down Gibbo, but I ended up a couple of laps behind him, and then I could see behind there was a gap forming, and I looked behind and Mark was on the grass, and I was thinking, hold on a second, what's going on here? Like 20 cars wide. So I just got my head down in the end. I had no idea what the championship, where Mark had to finish in that last one. I just got my head down. First race, a little bit gutted to be honest, because I thought I had it under control. We went side by side for a couple of corners, but yeah, one of them had gravel on the outside, and that's where I ended up. So
it was an Albon situation, wasn't
it? Yeah. I thought I could get around, but yeah, I mean, from what I understand, I think Mark won. So yeah, like, it's been a great season. He deserves it, I think, overall. To be honest.
Do you want to know the results? So the overall results in it. In the end, Hirocram 354 points. Ruddo 353 points.
Yeah.
It came down to, and I was on the
pole position.
Pole position. So if he hadn't got a pole position in the first race, then it would have been a tie. If either of you didn't get fastest laps, then it would have swung it as well. So it literally came down to like whether you got fastest lap or, you know what I mean. It was that close right at the end of it.
If my maths are right, I think we finished the season on equal amount of wins as well.
I haven't got. I'm not the stat man, mate. I'm afraid that's JPH who'll be able to tell me that, and you guys will know more. But yeah, coming to the reason why I've left you till second, Mark, is that I know in past seasons you've been a bit renowned for being, let's just say, a dominant force in this series. You've to say you've not had it all your own way is underselling the object this season. You've literally been pushed every single race. So, initial reaction from tonight, mate, and then we'll go into it in a little bit more detail.
Yeah, well, that first race was just get a head down and go for it. Just make the most of the opportunity. And then that second race, oh my God, it was scary as anything. Didn't get the best of starts to begin with, and I could see Ruddo disappearing up the leaderboard, and I was getting stuck in 3-4 wide situations, and like you said, I ended up on the grass at one point because I got pushed out, and I was absolutely bricking it. I was hanging onto the wind going, oh my God, and yeah, just relieved it's over in a way.
Well, I've had an avid supporter of yours in the chat pretty much all season, and she said it was the closest race ever. Yeah, I think what Woodrow did at the start of that second, I could tell he was just on it. Like, I am getting to the front, whether you like it or not, basically. But gents, now what a season to commentate on. Like, if I was to, yeah, I can't even summarise it in words that do it justice, mate. To finish the season after 20 races, and be separated by a single point, that's testament to like how you've both attacked it. So yeah, really, really stunning finish and conclusion to it.
If it came down to 1 point, I think between us in quali there was 0.027.
Exactly. There was nothing in it. Just literally nothing in it.
Credit to you, Simon, considering when you started a couple of seasons ago, and I had a second on you at most sessions, and now you're pushing me, if not beating me, in every session. That's a huge improvement. So credit to you on that one.
Do you know what? I've really enjoyed it. I know in the chat, like Mark and I just have like little nibbles here and there, but it's nothing like untoward. It's all just a little bit of fun, and like we've been chatting offline as well, just about how good the season's been. And there's some people that you can race close with, and there's some people that you give a little bit of a wider berth. And in the majority, Mark and I have we haven't really taken each other out or anything. There's been a little nudge here and there, which isn't deliberate, but it's been really good. And I really hope you enjoyed the liveries, Chris.
Oh mate, I can't. Like I said this in the stream, and when and if you watch it back, you'll hear it. But I'm not very good at when I like when someone says something nice, I just can't. Like my brain doesn't accept it. So when I saw that, my brain kind of imploded for about a minute, and literally the stream just because you just hear me going, I just can't handle it. But no, lads, that's a huge thing. So thank you.
JPH Jordan said about like, oh, we'll start off in the lobby, and when you join, you'll see it. And then Mark said, no, like that's not going to get full effect on the stream. So between them, came up with the plan that do it for quali so that we'd get everything on stream.
Yeah, no, banging, absolutely banging.
Obviously, it's from every single driver and organiser in the series, so everybody obviously really appreciates everything you've done. It'd be a shame not to have you next season onwards, so don't be a stranger.
I won't be. And I've said on stream tonight, it's not goodbye forever. I feel I need to take a break for other reasons, but when and if I do come back, I'll have a PC, so I'll have like full like overlays and stuff like that. So if I do make a return, production value is gonna scream through the roof as well.
Trust me, as soon as Chris says, yeah, I'm coming back commentating, I'm going to put I have the first contract through his door.
I still want to do a co-coms with him.
Yeah, well, we can arrange it. There's probably like a Race of Champions coming up, I think, with NxtGen, and I'll probably, if I get invited to do it, I'll probably do that. So if you want to co-commentate Race of Champions or something, if Dark Smoker can't do it, you're welcome. If you're not racing in it, of course.
I was going to say, I'd like to think I'd get invited. But,
but
on that as well, like, Jordan's had an interesting season, I'm sure, with, everything going on. So, big up to Jordan as well for sorting it and dealing with everybody's issues and things like that.
Yeah. He's been playing cricket as well.
I know. How dare we go outside?
Cricket was it's a it's not real. I got him to turn up at Mark's road and cut off his power.
just got to his broadband boxes and start pulling wires out.
Yeah.
Put it this way, I was never going to miss this round, and I turned down a match for tonight. I was like, I'm definitely going to be here tonight.
Simon, I've got to say soon to you, apparently.
Tunes, yeah. I'm a Newcastle fan.
Oh, right. Well, that came from Martin, so whether there's some football-related jibes in there, I don't know.
Martin's my Newcastle buddy.
Mark, your stats are slightly out as well.
Oh, are they?
If the championship was tied after that last race,
which was a very realistic possibility,
Simon would have won. Because Simon, you have 10. You have won half of the races this season. Out of 20 races, you've won 10. Mark's only won 9. Unless we forget, it's the first season that Mark hasn't won the opening round.
So who were the other winners then? Who won the other races?
I think it was Timmy, didn't he? Timmy won.
Yeah, Timmy won
the first grid. But that's it.
Timmy
No,
won.
that Jack CD. Didn't Jack win it? France?
No, he did win, but because he was a filler.
Oh yeah, of course. Yes, you're right. That's what I wasn't accounting for.
Oh, yeah. So I mean, that's just testament to how close it is.
I didn't rest on those laurels.
Yeah, just touching on to a point that Simon made earlier, just while we're on stream and live and people are watching and we've got an audience. Just a massive plaudit to everyone behind the scenes that puts the league together and makes it happen. So Keeley and mainly JPH and Jack, who I think are the main driving forces behind this one, but I know the other admins and stuff have parts to do with it. Obviously you have officials who review incidents and stuff as well. And last but by no means least, every single person who's raced in the league at some point, in either in this season or seasons past, you've all made a part of what has been a very, very good show. So if you've taken part in it, thank you. Come back again next season. It's going to be a banger, and I will be watching with great interest next season as well.
Yeah, it's been a fantastic season. I mean, first time we've changed the format as well. Because first season we decided to run 2 races. Because obviously previously we had a Megane and a Scirocco last season. This year I decided, you know what, that was too much hassle, to be honest. Trying to run 2 different leagues. Let's just have an extra race with a reverse grid. Which I think the drivers have taken fairly well. I think there's still a few improvements to be made.
Yeah,
I think like the first season we're getting used to it, and hopefully like next season people will understand it. Obviously a little bit of a shout out to Gibbo as well for hosting.
Definitely.
Gibbo for helping out.
Even though he gave us a 20-minute race and it wasn't first and at a different track and all of that.
Position I did as well.
So yeah, shout out to P-Gib. But yeah, and also, you know, I know Chris that you're shooting off for a bit of a break, but good luck to Mark, obviously, with everything that he's got coming up as well. That'll be a great experience for him. So hopefully he comes back absolutely shattered and not being able to practice.
Yeah, good luck in your real life racing, guys.
Win that Ford Focus Cup, yeah?
Yeah.
Don't let us all down.
Well, we got to give it a go. And obviously, if anyone's coming, if anyone's around at any of the tracks, then it'd be really good to sort of meet people.
Do you go to Donington?
Yeah, so Donington's in October.
I'll be there for Donington. I live an hour away, so I can make it to Donny.
I think Mark's close to that as well, so it'll be good. I think
we'll have a little meet up. It's fine.
Yeah, definitely. I think Lee was talking about coming to Castle Combe in a couple of weeks, so yeah, it'll be good to put some names to faces. But yeah, it's been great. I've really enjoyed it.
Martin's asking if you go to Croft.
Yes, we do go to Croft.
Yeah, do go to Croft, Martin. Hit up Simon, and he'll probably take you for a hot lap in his Ford Focus or something. I don't know.
They're hot when the turbo blows up.
Yeah, definitely.
In all fairness, it's been a cracking season. And before I go into my own thank yous of stuff, we will have another season next season in the works. However, there is a little bit of extra planning to do, courtesy of we will not be having a formal structured season that we have to abide to.
Yeah, I saw the announcement. You don't have to run it in certain dates and times, do you? So you can be a bit more fluid.
There's going to be, especially for the drivers, there's going to be a little bit of chat, a little bit of polls for length of the season, a few other things. So make sure that everyone's staying tuned with that in that Facebook chat that we've got going if you're a previous driver, so that we can get that going as soon as possible. So have a small break. Otherwise, congratulations to you two, Mark and Simon. You've had a fantastic battle all season, and quite frankly, I think it's the first time that this league's gone to the end.
Yeah.
Especially for Lobby 1 at least.
Yeah.
I think it's the first time it's come down to the last
round.
Yeah, like I'm sure Mark won it with 2 rounds to go the last 2 years, but there was only one race, obviously. So
yeah. So congratulations to you two. Obviously, even though at the moment, Mark, you are champion, obviously everything is provisional until tables are out. Because even though it's the last round, most people might think it's no point in the last race. Instance can come in because it's still a round of the championship. But yeah, congratulations to you two. Fantastic effort this season. We're going to have a little shake-up of liveries next season.
Don't want the thank you CJW racing all season next season. Look a bit down.
I might give someone that car just for the giggles.
Who's this kid?
That can be the guest car, can't it? Here you go. I'll be a guest. Have a CJW one.
Yeah, that'll be the one that spins in the background all the time. Give it to Gibber.
So the liveries will be slightly different next season. But that's pretty much with me, apart from thank you to everyone who's driven. Obviously having 2 lobbies for 4 consecutive seasons now. It's fantastic to have. Granted, we don't always have 15 in each lobby every week, but that's just the way sim racing is. Obviously, life gets in the way. Thank you to, obviously, PGIV for hosting when I'm not here and taking over the hosting when we were having a few issues. As Redo will remember quite fondly.
No comment.
Jack for Lobby 2, I was going to try and speak into his stream, but I think he's already finished, so thank you to Jack for running Lobby 2, commentating on that one. I think he'll be back next season, potentially taking over Lobby 1, with a potential alternative plan for Lobby 2. Depends if we can get a second commentator to fill the massive shoes that Chris is going to leave behind. That'd
be daft, mate. They're like little bloody LOL doll shoes that I'm leaving behind. I can probably hook you up with a couple of commentators that I know if you do. So we'll talk offline about that. But yeah. Credit I don't often shout him out because I'm too busy shouting at these guys racing. But if you ever want to go and check out another awesome commentator, Jack TM53 Synopsis is very good. So go and look him up. If you're watching this on YouTube, there'll be a link in the description to his channel, so you can go and click that and have a look.
And finally, thank you, Chris, for all your seasons of service, should we say? Because as you said in your stream, obviously it's not just the Megans you commentated on. Obviously, a lot of people will now know you for the Megans. But obviously, I think, was it 2 or 3 seasons of Scirocco's as well? Yeah,
there was the Scirocco's, there's been other leagues as well as the seasons have passed, but started in the Scirocco's. I remember my first race at Scuba Circuit in the Scirocco's when there was... that was a banger, and I've covered every race ever since. It's been a lot of fun. And obviously, once I've reassessed what I want to be doing and all that sort of stuff, then we'll talk again. And if I return to commentary, then you bet your bottom dollar I'll be back in the hot seat for the Megans or whatever format it takes, because it always produces good racing. There's never a dull moment, so
exactly. But thank you for your many seasons, and hopefully we'll see you back sooner rather than later. Whether you could come back driving, mate. Who knows?
I'm worse at driving than I am commentating, so it's
well, that means you can have a battle with me, mate. That's fine.
Yeah, that's fine. Me, you, PGIV at the back, be fine. Yeah, we'll do it.
Honestly, from me, from everyone, not only from the Megans this season, for every season that, and the Scirocco's and beyond, thank you for commentating for us. Hopefully you loved the liveries, because that was...
and I feel like I'm underselling my appreciation of that. I really I'd never convey it in the way I actually feel about it. But yeah, mate, it was huge.
You're a bit like me, where you're just like, someone's thanking me. What
Yeah,
do I do now?
I can't accept this. I need to shrivel up in a ball and die somewhere. But no, I can't express like how grateful I am for that like gesture. So no, I
To be fair, it was like a two-way street, because it was like, right, because when we were discussing, we were like, well, in the past you've done parade laps of like people, but that's not really enough, because that's mainly for when people like pass away. It's just like that's a bit grim, really.
Yeah.
And then it came the idea of, okay, let's do it for the entire event, and it's a great way of everyone showing their appreciation. Also, it's going to be quite funny you trying to find out who's who.
Oh, mate.
So,
The first race, I couldn't work out who was who. And if you watch it back, I think at JPH, I think you're battling with someone in the background, and I think it's you and your dad fighting. And I'm like, oh, we'll be putting him up for adoption, and then it's P. Gibb, innit? I'd like to completely cock it up.
P. Gibb's up for adoption, anyway. Just because Chris said that.
Couldn't work it out.
Yeah, I don't have the stream running when we're racing. Like, I'll jump into it at half time where I can, but I don't have the stream running because it put me off.
Definitely,
so
yeah,
I'm really looking forward to watching it back and seeing all the cars in the same livery and you trying to work out who's who.
I don't like
tricky in race 2.
Yeah, it was bad because I've got so used to over the 18 races that have preceded it. I knew which liveries people had. So like if someone span in the background, for example, I knew who it was just by the livery, and I didn't even have to look. And I turned the names off because for me it just looks cleaner. And like it happened tonight, and I'm like, oh, I don't know who it is because they all look the same. So yeah, it's a bit confusing, but it was funny.
Yeah, it was good. But yeah, thank you for everything, Chris, and hopefully we'll see you back here very, very soon. Enjoy your break is the main thing. Enjoy it and have a bit of fun.
Yeah, I
playing Wreckfest.
Yeah, more than likely playing Wreckfest, smashing Dennis up on Wreckfest, and a few other things. I might even venture outdoors once or twice. You never know. I've heard it's nice out there. Well, yeah, no, cheers for having me by. Not going to undersell it. It's been an absolute blast. The racing's been absolute top dollar. Good lads in the chat as well. It's never a dull moment in the NxtGen chats. It's full of banter and fun and like basically just taking the piss out of each other, which is always good. And I've loved the support and everything else. And thank you for making me feel welcome and at home. And yeah, hopefully I'll be back one day. We'll see.
Yeah, it'll be good too, mate. But yeah, so yeah, thanks Chris, thanks George, Jack, and yeah, obviously well done, Mark.
Yeah,
sweet.
Congratulations, Mark.
Right, I'm gonna sign it out then. So that's it for this season of the Power Max Racing Megane Trophy. Congratulations to the champion eventually, which was Huracan, but an absolute doff of the cap and a big well done as well to Ruddo, who pushed him all the way, and it was about as close as you can get. So thanks for watching. Leave a like, comment, subscribe, swear at your TV, whatever you want to do, I don't mind. And I'll catch you all another time. Thanks for watching. Good night.